You come into this world. You take your first steps. You learn to swim, dance, score your first goal. You play, you laugh, you cry. You fall in love. You buy your first car, a house. You get married. You get cancer. This summer, 3 people are hoping this won't be the end of their story.
I think everyone wants to live, don't they? Everyone wants to live as long as they can.
Some people sort of defy the odds. New treatments have come around just at the right time.
Ty, Anna and Charlie are starting immunotherapy, a revolutionary new cancer treatment that some believe will one day offer a cure.
Immunotherapy doesn't work for everybody, but when it does work, it can really work dramatically well.
At the end of the summer, a scan will reveal if they are one of the lucky ones who responds to treatment.
All the anxiousness and that is the not knowing.
The really important thing is, are you responding, yes or no?
That one day can change everything for the rest of your life.
Until then, it's a summer where every day counts and life is lived to the full with the people they love.
Amas. See you next year.
Will these 12 crucial weeks end with them being given the best gift of all, more time?
Hello? Pull that one to bring it right, pull that one to bring it left. Is that your panic mechanism?
He's like my first real relationship, my first serious one.
Ready?
Yeah. But I was really head over heels for him when I met him.
A year before Hannah met Charlie, he was diagnosed with melanoma, an aggressive form of skin cancer.
When I met him, I did know he was ill. He told me I had 8 tumours, so I've dotted all around the place. It's probably what made me a bit more serious about it at the start, because I knew that if I wanted something to happen, I better act on it. Because I think if I'd left it, then I would have talked myself out of it. And I think I would have said, oh, actually, maybe it's going to be too horrible. Kind of was like everything was against us, to be honest. And sort of that everything was kind of saying, this is a bad idea. But actually, I just liked him so much. I never liked anyone as much as I liked him.
I don't think she knew what she was getting into. It kind of trumps, any sort of issue that she has. It's, like, oh, she's got a really annoying laugh. Oh, I've got cancer. Yeah.
It just would be nice just for normal life, just the normal expectations of the future, without having to worry that that might be cut short or it might not happen.
Conventional treatments have failed to control Charlie's cancer.
Hello, hello. Good morning. How are you doing?
Immunotherapy is now his best chance at living a long life. He has started a course of the treatment at the Royal Marsden Hospital in London, overseen by Dr. James Larkin.
Good. Assuming all the blood tests today are satisfactory, obviously you'll have your treatment today. It's been amazing what's happened in the last few years. It's opened up a new avenue for treating cancer which didn't exist before. Charlie's prognosis 10 years ago would have been a life expectancy probably on average between 6 and 9 months.
Yeah.
In the last year or two with these newer immunotherapies, that's really transformed. The idea that you can stimulate or activate the immune system to attack cancer cells, that's actually intrinsically a powerful idea. You can harness potentially the immune system to treat cancer. It's a very exciting time.
Charlie is having infusions of the treatment every 3 weeks. Results of the scan at the end of the summer will determine whether it's working for him.
If Charlie responds to immunotherapy, I think it does give him a chance at a normal life. It begins to offer the possibility of long-term survival.
You see this thing getting dripped into you, and you don't know if that is working until you scan. You just got to kind of believe that it's doing its job.
I am W-O-O-O, and I'm still here again.
Well, Saturday, out to the den and watch a bit of football. Have a few beers, meet up with some of the mates, and try and have a good day. Win or lose, always try and enjoy ourselves. Most times, whenever I go out, it is to do with Millwall. In my life, I've got two loves. My family, they're my biggest love. And then I've got Millwall, which is my passion.
Babe, what time are you going?
About half hour.
Well, your top's on the table and your hat. It's all dry. You're welcome.
Those who know something and don't know all of it, I just tell them that I've got renal cancer and just tell them I'm dying. It's no point hiding the fact or bluffing over what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen is going to happen. So if the treatment works, then obviously it's giving me more time.
Where do you think he's going?
Football.
Hey.
Yes. I love you.
Yeah.
You're best dad.
Of course I am.
And you're cute.
Who do you think's going to win today?
Millwall.
Okay, obviously.
Come on, Dad.
Bradley!
You got everything, Bradley?
I have.
Oh yeah, I'll get 2 kisses. You're going to need shoes on,
Yeah.
babe.
Take
Get
care.
yourself.
Love you.
Have a good time.
See you later.
Be good, good luck. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, Frank.
Yeah, man.
5 years ago, Ty was diagnosed with kidney cancer.
He had been fit as a fiddle, no problems, healthy, working, happy. We had sex twice and he had a heart attack. That is the honest to God truth. It wasn't. While he was recuperating, they realised something wasn't quite right. So they'd done a full CT scan and found out he had a large tumour on his kidney. The doctor told him that he had around 18 months to live.
I think everyone wants to live, don't they? Everyone wants to live as long as they can and do what they can, I think. Millwall's my escape. You know, I escape from the cancer. Not everything else, just the cancer. Millwall takes that away.
We take every day as it comes because we don't know what's going to happen. If this immunotherapy works, then obviously it's going to mean he's going to be with us longer. The kids will have a dad in the family. I'll still have my husband around. It just means a future. Trying to think who asked a couple of weeks ago. How's Ty doing? It's like, it's all right, he's still dying, but he's all right today. Off on holiday again? You're really making the most of it, aren't you?
In a few days, Sam and Ty are going on holiday in between treatments.
Here, it's 21 degrees. Oh, cos 26, it's in the lead.
The travel insurance is £2,500. So just go without it. No, you can't afford that sort of money, so you just go. What's the worst can happen?
Oh, I remember our first holiday. I was pregnant with Ashley, so I spent the whole week with morning sickness, and Ty spent the whole week drunk, so it hasn't got any better.
Flag.
That's what he wraps himself in.
My little one, don't go nowhere without it.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you again. How are you?
How was your holiday?
All right.
That's good.
So is this the stag do or the holiday with
Just a holiday.
your missus?
The holiday with the missus is tomorrow.
Right. Off to Kos for...
for a week.
For a week. Brilliant. And you're just going to chill out on the beach?
By the bar.
Okay. Any problems at all since we last saw you?
No.
Good stuff. So treatment today, airport tomorrow. Have a great time.
With the neuroimmunotherapies, there are far fewer side effects. So many of our patients are able to lead, pretty much normal lives. They're able to go on holiday, spend time with their families. That's just something we've not really been used to. Tyrone has got kidney cancer that's spread. It's a disease where on average life expectancy is probably around 18 to 24 months. With immunotherapy, the drugs that we've seen so far, there's a good chance of controlling the cancer for a long period of time. And these drugs really can have what you could call a miraculous effect if they work, but I think the biggest thing is that actually they don't work in the majority of cases for the majority of cancers.
You sit there, you're watching it going in, don't you? It's connected up and you watch it go in and you think, yeah, is it going to work? I think from what I gather it works on some people, it doesn't work on everyone. So hopefully I'm not going to say to me, yeah, it's making some sort of change, you can carry on. You try and make yourself positive, but it's not always easy to do, knowing that that one day can change everything for the rest of your life.
Charlie quit university when his cancer progressed. He's now living at home with his mum, dad and sister.
Charlie, while I'm ironing, could you go and see if you've got anything that needs ironing, please?
Yes.
It's obviously been out of the question that I could move out. I mean, it's something I'm starting to think about. I don't want to still be here when I'm 30. That's the goal. That is the goal. I met Hannah at one of our friends' surprise reunion things that we set up at. I don't know, we kind of hit it off. I mean, at that time I was still studying to be a primary teacher and she was starting her first year as a primary teacher.
Give us an awkward way.
She's a really honest, pure character. I'm definitely punching above my weight. I mean, it's the first time I allowed myself to try a relationship again for a long time. After I had radical neck surgery, I lost a lot of confidence in myself, in my appearance, and it was horrible to look in a mirror. It really was like looking at a different person. She's proven to me that, someone can accept me for the mess that I am.
Before he met Hannah, he was very low, and she's been a saviour for him, really. It's actually made him think more about the future.
She's just got two, and I was like,
He feels that he's got someone to share it with now.
a good place to be.
When he was first diagnosed, I basically thought we probably had 3 to 5 years, which was really hard.
Were you scared?
Extremely. Yeah. You can't imagine your world without them. Why did my son have to get this awful disease when he's never hurt anything? He's the kindest, nicest person. Everything's invested in this treatment working, really. I used to like punk music a lot when I was young. So when we put it on, he just used to lose all his inhibitions and go wild dancing, and it was lovely to see. Things have changed. He feels like he's got a big brick wall in front of himself.
I try and literally just live up to that scan result and see what they say.
We want to eventually get our own place, move out of our parents' houses. We're going to go get a savings account for buying a house, and we are looking into what we can do.
Do you guys want kids one day?
It has been mentioned. And I think one day it would be nice to have a family. I think he would be a good dad. I think he'd be really good. He'd be really good at looking after people. And he has said to me, he would be happy if that was to happen.
Hannah, she talks about marriage and all those things, and then it just comes back to you that, your life can be a million times different. It's when you have a scan.
I've got to a part of my life where I feel the most content. Just got to a really nice, happy place and feel very, content. And I still feel content, even though I've had the cancer diagnosis, but I'm actually in a very nice place in my life, in my head.
Anna was diagnosed with lung cancer 2 years ago. Since then, she's decided to take early retirement.
I like the fact I live on my own, I'm single and stuff. I think I find it a lot easier not having to deal with someone else's emotions. It must be awful if you've got, children and stuff.
Did you want children?
Well, I always wanted children. It just didn't work. It didn't happen for me. That's all. I wasn't very good at relationships and stuff, and always went for the wrong blokes, and just didn't work out that way. But I'm happy being an auntie. It's fine. And actually, on reflection, what would I be like now, being diagnosed, if I had a 9-10-year-old kid, being diagnosed with an incurable cancer?
Anna is on a trial of new immunotherapy drugs, not yet licensed on the NHS.
Clinical trials, by their very nature, are experimental. We're often testing new drugs or new combination of drugs. But I think most people, if you say that you think there's a treatment with some potential benefit, most people would choose to have that treatment.
I think people are more hopeful these days. I've come across a lot of people who were given 3 months and this, that, and the other, and they're still here 4 years later. A lot of people visualise the cancer being fought and destroyed. It's re-educating your immune system to recognise the cancer, to break through the shields. And to think, it's your own body fighting it is really good.
Anna wants to be well enough to reunite with her dad this summer. He moved to Canada when she was only 7 years old.
My parents divorced when I was quite young, and our mum brought us up. My dad hasn't always been a big part of our lives, so we didn't see much of him at all. He moved to Canada, so he had 3 other children, so it affected me quite badly, him leaving when we were young. I saw him last year. Before that, I hadn't seen him for 10 years, when he came over and my mum died. So I'm conscious of him getting older, and he's probably, well, I don't think he wants to even think about what's going to happen to me. So it's something I don't want to miss. Just hope, you know, to stay well enough that it just goes to plan.
Please, could I have a vodka lemon Fanta and a brandy and cola, please? And can I have a beer with a bit of lemonade in the top, please? Thank you.
It's really tasty.
Fantastic.
God, he does.
Behave
Is that the new
yourself.
treatment that he's on?
Yeah. He's instead of it's immunotherapy.
Oh, immunotherapy. That's what Alison was telling me.
And it's every 2 weeks he has to go up to the Marsden
Is it
now.
intravenous?
Yeah.
And he looks normal though.
I know. Yeah. His appetite's back, and you know.
Oh, you're looking so fit.
She's really after you, babe. I'm sorry.
She'll be coming in the shop all the time now.
Back out. Oh, she's eating on time. At the moment, it's great. He's able to be him. He's not so fragile like he used to be, which I think that's what he didn't like, was that people would see him as fragile. You know, you don't see many Millwall supporters that are fragile. Two, 3 years ago, I got quite worried about how ill he looked. And we did think, you know, he's not got long.
Treatment was working to start with, and then I started getting ill and the treatment stopped working. And then I sort of went down to like 8 stone. And no one thought I was going to make it to the end of the year. I didn't think it.
I always wanted to renew our vows. We wanted to do it after 20 years of marriage because that's what everyone seems to do. We agreed that to do it a year early just to guarantee you would be there because it wouldn't have been quite right on my own.
What was that day like? There must have been a lot of mixed emotions.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? Everyone looks at you funny when you're ill and then like the first dance, when you see someone first dance on their wedding, you think, oh, look at that. You can see in their face when they turn up and say, oh, you look really well. You think, piss off, I know I don't. This is why we're having a wedding early, mate. I'm under 8 stone, you know. How well do I look?
I was thankful that we could do that because we didn't think we would be there. I didn't want to let him go, really.
In a break between treatments, Anna's going to Rome to meet her dad, who's visiting from Canada.
I think he beats himself up a bit. He's a bit guilty about things from the past and not being around for us. Comes a time where you just have to accept things and move on. I thought I'd never see you in this. Hello.
Oh, my Lord.
Well, we found you anyway, so that's okay.
Yes.
Welcome, James.
Thank you. I'll try and dance. When you were here last time, I was on chemo, wasn't I?
I came for 10 days.
Before that, it was, hadn't seen you for 9 years, had I?
Too long.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice spending time.
a love for a father and a daughter for a father that's been there all along, but hasn't had an opportunity to express itself. It's been somewhat held in. It's been a certain long absence, and now we're coming back together.
Has time been a bit of a healer then for you?
Yes, it has for everybody, particularly when something happens like is happening to Anna. That's also, funny enough, that's a healing process. Have you already run up and down?
No.
Do not. Come on, hold me, girls, hold me. Oh, don't want that. It is hard that you might outlive your child. You know, whenever I get a letter, I'm always hoping there's not bad news. I just keep my fingers crossed. Well, have a look at the menu.
You still get emotional like you did when you were little, you know, when it comes to saying goodbye. It's in the back of my mind, is this the last time I'll see you?
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next year. Yeah. Bye, darling. Thank you. And you too.
Sorry, I can't. I always do it. Okay.
That's okay. Sure. Well,
you look after yourself and have a good trip home.
Yeah? Yeah. Keep me informed whenever you want.
I will.
I'm in the mood for love.
I know it's easy for me to say, don't worry.
I'm not.
Like, good.
Give me a beer. I'm ill.
No, you're not.
Can't tell I'm dying.
No.
That one don't work now, does it?
No. Did it ever work?
I always thought there's a slight advantage to have terminal cancer because the end is clear. You know what's going to happen. It's just when it's going to happen and how. But it changes your outlook in life. The people you got near you, you bring them a bit closer. The ones who wasn't that near before, you sort of forget them.
Do you think the illness has brought you and Sam closer?
Yeah, I think it has. She's been on the journey with me, so whatever I've gone through, she's gone through. I don't know whether she feels trapped or not. Maybe she might want to leave me and think, you know what, I can't leave my eyes alive because they want to call me a bitch. So who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it's brought us closer.
Ty always thinks it's a punishment because of what he's done in past times. I tell him, you know, it can hit anybody, whether you think you're being punished or not. You know, children, babies, you know, that have hardly lived can be struck down with cancer. So for him to say it's punishment is, yeah, if that's how he wants to see it, then I'll let him. But I mean, life is, it wasn't always rosy. We've had worse times than this, believe it or not. Times where we didn't think we would be together anymore. We just went through a stage where we split up for a little while, and he didn't want to be here anymore. Well, he thought he didn't want to be here anymore. But I knew he needed to be here with his family. And so we had a rocky 6-8 months, and but then I said I wanted him back, and we made a go of it again. He will be punished forever for that in his own mind.
I used to work away from home a lot. Come on the weekend, go back Monday. And then you just get yourself in a routine where you come home, you don't hardly say nothing, go away, things happen. So when I worked away from home, I met someone else. And it started from there. We sort of tried to get back together. Wasn't sure whether it was working or not, but then all this happened and she was there from the word go. Makes you wonder why you done it in the first place. The cancer's going to kill me, but it saved us. I don't think I would be here now if it wasn't for Sam. I don't think I would have fought the cancer as much as I did if it wasn't for her and the kids.
After 12 weeks of immunotherapy, Charlie's having a scan to find out whether it's working.
It is an anxious time between starting treatment and having that first scan. It's clearly a serious situation if the drugs don't work. I think if immunotherapy in Charlie's case stops working, then the disease is going to go back to where it was before. It's going to carry on behaving as it was.
Charlie's form of skin cancer is aggressive and can spread quickly if he doesn't respond to treatment.
Do you get an inkling of how things are going?
I don't feel too good about it at the moment, to be honest. I had some lower back pain, which is what I used to get from one of my lumps the other day, and I was like, oh, thinking about that. And obviously there's the one on the front, which hasn't done much, but your mind plays tricks on you a bit. You think, oh, has it grown? Has it not grown? It's quite hard to tell, really. That scan determines what you're going to be doing for the next 3 months of your life. There's no way of really knowing until they get you in a room and tell you. I feel like Hannah deserves some clarification from me about our future that I just can't give her at the moment, because it can all change in a matter of a day. I think Hannah still lets herself think about the future and things like that, whereas I just don't. It's just purely how I have to live by these scan results.
After returning from Rome, Anna has been admitted to hospital, struggling to breathe.
It's quite scary actually how quickly you can go from feeling pretty normal to feeling pretty rough.
Breathe in, hold your breath.
Scans reveal that there is fluid around Anna's heart and lungs.
They're testing the fluid to see if that's cancer cells or if it's from the immunotherapy treatment. Yeah, no one's cancer is the same, no one reacts the same to treatment. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, because cancer just does what it wants. And hopefully it won't be cancer cells. I'm not ready to give up yet, though.
Charlie is hoping his scan results will show his tumours have shrunk. If they have grown or spread, he could be taken off immunotherapy.
really have no idea what is going to be said. In terms of getting the results, I feel Hannah is better off not taking a whole day out of her life and making her sit in a waiting room for it, because I think that amplifies the tension.
The waiting just makes it horrible. You don't need to think about sort of the rest of your life. You kind of just expect it to be there. You realise how much actually, like, it's not just him, like it would affect everybody, like if it went bad. And you do think, because when I realised how much I did like him, and then actually I do want some of my future with him, it's kind of then very real that like the future might not be sort of like what you dreamed. It is quite scary to think that you could be a person that there isn't anything that they could do for you. If this doesn't work, I don't know what there is you can do next.
Just waiting there.
Lovely.
Pops with the patient who will be with you shortly.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello. How are you?
Seen you for a bit.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Hi.
Good to see you.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Really, once one has started treatment for any stage of disease, the really important thing is, are you responding yes or no? Intensity on the PET scan looks less in all the areas.
Okay.
And slightly less, the measurement slightly less as well.
Okay. All right.
So not gone.
Yeah.
But responding.
Yeah. That's good.
Evidence that treatment's working, which is good.
Okay. All right. We'll take
How are you
good. Yeah.
feeling?
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
It's been a long hour, really.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. No, it's just yeah.
Is that the results?
Yeah, I've got it here for you.
Oh, brilliant.
Eventually, what we hope is the response might even be described as a complete response, with the PET scan going down to normal, which we see from time to time.
Right.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, hopeful. A little bit hopeful.
How are you feeling today?
Better, thank you.
Anna's waiting to find out what has caused the build-up of fluid around her heart and lungs. It could be related to immunotherapy, or it could be a progression of her cancer.
I do know of people who have had a really good response, but like every cancer is different, everyone responds differently to treatments as well.
Hey, how are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
How's the breathing?
It's getting better.
Yeah?
It's still not quite there. Except I've still got this cough.
Yeah. I do have some results from the Brompton.
Yeah.
So, there was no evidence of inflammatory cells.
Okay.
But I'm afraid there were malignant cells.
Okay.
Does it all kind of make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I was, hoping it was all immunotherapy related.
I know, I was hoping
because of all
quickly as well.
because of all the other things for the joints and all stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you. Thanks, Nadia.
No worries. Things can change for a number of reasons very quickly. In this situation, the fluid around the heart is because of the lung cancer.
And is that a sign of progression, or...?
I'm afraid so. It will mean that the trial's not working, and it'll be time to stop the immunotherapy.
Yes, I'm disappointed that it's not worked for me. But yeah, I think you need to go into these things with an open mind. There's no miracle cure. There can be some what feel like miracle responses, but yeah, you just have to be realistic, but hopeful.
Ty is at the Royal Marsden to get the results of his first scan.
Why do you get results on your own?
I think I need to deal with it before anyone else has to deal with it. To me, before... Because it is an emotional day, so I think I need to deal with my emotions first before I have to deal with someone else's. So I think if someone comes with me and they was all upset, then I think that sort of knock-on effect is upsetting me. Then it's clouding what I need to get right. So it's a bit selfish, but at the end of the day, it's me just going through this.
It's on my mind all the time, but sometimes I can push it to the back of my mind. And it's just hope, really, just hoping that it works.
It's total dread sitting there. If it's not good news, then it's what treatment do I have? What do I tell people? What will they tell me was wrong? Will they finally say, oh no, that's it, you know, your time's up, mate, that's it.
When I'm waiting for results, I appear to be patient, but inside I'm screaming.
Aaron.
All right.
How you doing?
See you again. Hi, how are you?
Hiya.
You're very brown. How's your holiday?
Very nice, thank you.
Yeah.
When you see the doctor, you try and look at their faces, but it's hard to read them. But you just want them to get on, and you're all clammy. And
Did you have any feeling yourself?
I've been feeling pretty good.
Good.
It's just that, you know, you always get nervous with that, don't you?
So the scan looks good, actually. Looks really good. Yeah.
That's what I
so
think. So I'm going back to Nolly now.
Yeah. So, so the areas where there were previously tumours, they've all shrunk.
Cool.
And there's no new sites of disease present. So, so looks really good. So, the plan from here is just to continue the treatment.
Carry on.
So it continues every 2 weeks, and then we'll do another scan in 12 weeks' time. Good.
Good.
Well,
Cool.
Nice to
Thank
see
you very
you.
much.
Good news. Take
Thank
care.
you. Cheers. Thank you.
So how are you feeling?
Over the moon now. Another football season. So yeah, well chuffed. Although like today I was shitting myself. They must be doing the same at home, so... And now obviously once they know, they'll be relieved as well.
You alright?
Yep. Oh, no thanks. So look at the letter.
Everything's shrunk. Wow.
I ain't stopped smiling since they told me. I ain't stopped smiling since.
Oh. Well done, baby.
Well, it's not me, is it? Just shows. Keep on drinking.
Do you know what? I don't think it's the alcohol. I think it might be the treatment.
I don't know. 50-50. But let's scan again in 12 weeks' time.
Soldiering on again then.
Yep.
We're going to celebrate with a cup of tea?
Yeah, how that make it?
Thank you.
No, I ain't made it.
No, I'll do it.
I've got holes in my hand.
Have you?
We hope that everybody we treat will survive in the long term. I say to patients that once you've had a good scan, there's a pretty good chance that will be maintained. So a half, 2/3, maybe 3/4 of people will have a chance of the disease being controlled potentially for years. I don't think there's any reason to suppose the treatments can't become more effective in the future. I hope that we're just at the beginning of the journey, and we've got lots more to learn.